Koei Tecmo have reworked the game arguably for the better. They've made it open world. That's right.
It wasn't enough. The lack of multiplayer, missing alternate game modes, and emptiness of ancient China just isn't satisfying.
Let's just move on from that and talk about how it can be improved for next time. When Omega Force decided to make their latest installment of Dynasty Warriors open world, I was all for it. There's nothing wrong with wanting to reinvent the wheel in order to breathe some fresh air into it. You know, Bethesda did it with their Fallout series, going from an isometric turn-based role-playing game to a first-person role-playing game shooter. However, the developers at Omega Force were not able to make that transformation as smoothly as others have. I didn't want this video to just be my opinion and bias, so I went to Reddit and asked the lovely people at Dynasty Warriors subreddit what they thought could be changed for the next installment. This is collectively what has been said and, well, some of my own thoughts as well. Random encounters. Introduce minor narratives that aren't connected to the overarching storyline, where maybe you can meet villagers and learn of their suffering from the side effects of war. Pull a 7 samurai and defend the village against a barrage of bandits on your own. I had this idea that you could implement the home feature from Dynasty Warriors 9, and if you help out a village enough, they would let you stay in their village where, you know, you could help upgrade facilities, build a reputation, join in on festivals, and defend the village against bandits. Kinda like what Fallout 4 did. Take your time. Look, if you're wanting to breathe some new life into the series, please take the time to polish it. China has so many beautiful locations like the Stone Forest, Lee River, and Tiger Leaping Gorge. The map of Dynasty Warriors 9 was, for the most part, pretty underwhelming. Dial it back. This seems to be kind of unpopular opinion, but no more ridiculous looking weapons and characters. Look, I'm all for introducing new weapons and movesets, but enough is enough. This is just my opinion, but I think putting a paintbrush into the series was a bit of a weird choice. What are you gonna do? Whack them to death? Was it over years and years, just like the Death by Spoon guy?
Enemy officer defeated!
For me, when these kinds of weapons were introduced, it removed me from my immersion and made me realize how different it was from Dynasty Warriors 2 and 3. Emphasize more on the story. It's no secret that war plays a huge part in the history of ancient China, with deceit, strategies, and blood among many other themes in the romance between the three kingdoms. But that is not the sole aspect. There was also the intricate relationships between different people, such as the story of Zhang Fei. This is one of my personal favorites. It's about an imperial inspector who had made multiple attempts to ask for a bribe from Liu Bei. After denial on both attempts, the imperial inspector attempted to intimidate the locals into making false accusations against their lord. Once Zhang Fei found out, he hunted down the inspector, tied him to a post, and beat the ever-loving shit out of him. That would be a pretty damn wacky side quest. To add on to the topic of fighting, the battles were underwhelming, and once you had leveled enough, battles just became too easy. Try and enhance AI combat capabilities, reintroduce the mechanic of real-time strategies, and have the troop count mean something again. So often do players find themselves single-handedly doing everything on the battlefield, with ally officers and troops feeling pretty much invisible. I think that a cool mechanic that you could introduce into it is that you punish players for not completing certain objectives on time. So in case if they don't do the objective, they can feel the tide of the battle going against them or for them, depending on if they did it or not. So the thing that really bothers me a lot about game dev studios and companies is that they don't ask the fans what they want to see in a game, and instead they think they understand what we want and just get it wrong, which leads to upsetting the fan base even more. Saying that, however, Overwatch is actually very unique as they have somebody to represent the game and have frequent contact with the players to ask what they could do to change, what are they doing wrong. Mind you, however, I can understand why a lot of game devs don't actually do this as well. You know, gamers can be pretty damn rude sometimes. Hang in there, Joe. Well, hopefully this gets to someone at Omega Force, because if at least one of these changes were added that the community suggested, that would be pretty damn cool. Anyway, let me know in the comments if I missed anything that you think should be added or removed to the next game. Honestly, I just want a new Empires game. If you liked the video, it would be great if you could leave a like and subscribe for future videos. Thanks for watching.